morning. I hope everybody's well. I just wanted to come on this morning and talk a little bit about risks and how our fear of experiencing different risks can lead us to procrastinate in our business towards our business goals. I'm talking about psychological risks, and these are things that can feel like have some impact on your sense of self, how you feel about yourself, might have some emotional kind of impact if you experience them. So these are things like rejection, judgment, conflict, complexity, things feeling really difficult, success, disappointment, and failure. And those are kind of the 7 big risks. There are many other risks that we could try to protect ourselves from, some like abandonment and something like that. So, but the 7 that show up quite frequently are those. And we all have kind of a different personal sensitivity to each of those risks. So over the course of like understanding myself a little bit better, I know that I struggle with judgment, conflict, and the fear of failure. So those are the 3 sorts of risks that show up a lot for me. Is not the only ones by any means, but those are kind of my go-to risks if you have it that way. And so that can show up for me in my business in different sorts of ways. So say my sensitivity to conflict. Say I have an email that I need to send to a client or a potential customer, and there's a risk that the person will be upset that might lead to some conflict. And it might be imagined conflict, or it may be a real sense of conflict, but your brain still has that risk that, oh, there's some risk of conflict here. And then you put it off. You write 30 other emails before you start to write the other one. Or you get stuck in perfectionism with this email. You write it and then you rewrite it and you rewrite it until you think, I'm going to do whatever I can to this email to make sure that it's perfect and it keeps me from, risking conflict. Judgment. So for me, that could be, worried about showing up on social media and people judging me in a certain way. And so I put it off. I go on to the scroll, or, I find other things that I need to do instead of showing up in social media in the way that I want to grow my business. But there's that fear of judgment that's holding me back. And then failure, that could be, I have an offer that I want to put out, but I put off talking about it. Or I put off finalizing it even, so that if it's not finished, I don't have to talk about it because it's not there. And that will protect me from feeling that sense of failure. And so if you think about your kind of sensitivities to risk, are there any that stand out for you? It doesn't have to be, exactly, but you kind of have a sense, like, what are these things that I'm kind of protecting myself from? And then I want to kind of flip it a little bit. These are the things that you feel a real sensitivity to. How are you maybe already experiencing those things in your life and in your business? So with the judgment example, I'm so worried. The risk of being judged feels quite strong, but I'm already judging myself, because when I say that I want to show up on social media and I don't, there's a real sense of judgment on myself. Why can't I do this? Why do I keep putting this off? And, that can feel really bad. That can feel as bad as somebody else judging me. Again, with the failure, by not kind of moving forward with things and not putting myself out there, I'm already experiencing that failure, right? The product is not a success because it's not out there for anybody to buy. And so how are we already kind of experiencing these risks that we're trying to protect ourselves from can be a really interesting way to think about it. The problem goes then that we can start to beat ourselves up when we are in these situations, like, again, with the failure, like, oh, I am a failure. Aren't I a terrible person? Isn't, that's saying something negative about me that I'm not able to do that. But I like to kind of reframe it a little bit. And I wonder if this might be a helpful way for you. You can say, my brain really, really doesn't want me to experience failure and judgment and conflict. But I'm experiencing those things every day. And actually, I'm okay. I can handle those risks. I can be judged by myself and by others. I'm sure there are times in my past where I've been judged by other people, and I'm okay. I can hold those risks. And I think when you think of it that way, it can feel really empowering, because what then becomes a means of holding you back. So saying, and I know this isn't conscious, a lot of this is unconscious. So you're not purposefully saying, I'm scared of failure, so I'm not going to release products. But if we bring it into our conscious awareness, and we can say, oh, it's fear of failure that is keeping me from releasing this product, but I've already experienced failure and I've been okay. Then you can take that strength that you know that you've already got and say, now I can move forward. Now I know that if this product fails, I'll be okay. If somebody judges me, I'll be okay. If I'm disappointed by somebody's reaction, or disappointed with a launch, or disappointed with the way that a product has been reviewed, I'll be okay. And knowing that you're going to be okay, that you can support yourself through those difficult feelings, can really, really empower you to take those actions that feel difficult and scary and risky. And I think that's one of the beauties of bringing all of this into awareness, of falling outside of our patterns and really understanding why we're doing the things that we're doing. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today, and I would love, leave me a comment below if you watch this and let me know your thoughts. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.